Shalom, back with part 3, Shiloh on the throne of David. So I want to give you a precept to this, which we already read here. Out of Jacob shall come him that shall have dominion, right? So let's take you to a couple of precepts here. Give me a minute. This is Daniel 2:44. And in the days of these kings, we're living in those days, people, shall the Most High of heaven set up a kingdom. Kingdom, when you go into the word, in the blue letter of the Bible Concordance, means rulership, power, and dominion. So when the Lord is telling you that he's come for the lost sheep of the house of Israel and that the kingdom is at hand, he's telling you who the kingdom, rulership, power, dominion is for, the lost sheep of the house of Israel. You understand? The Israelites that you read about in the New Testament that are grafted in, Israelites in a Gentile state of mind. And again, that's proven here in the scriptures. But you people have to know the history of it. Okay? You understand? You have to understand, like right here where you live here in America, you have to understand that you were never told who you were. Okay? You Negro, Latinos, and Americans. You're supposedly Gentiles. Okay? Where, withal, in the understanding, when you do your research, when you know your Bible, and you've read about history, and remember that the Bible itself is a historic book. You can go to Maccabees, okay? Clearly, it'll clearly show you and tell you. Again, like when you read what is that? Galatians, 3:28, okay? That there's neither Jew nor Greek. Okay? Well, you have to understand that those are talking about Israelites who were Hellenized. Okay? During the time of Antiochus Epiphanes. Okay? And again, that's covered in Maccabees. Okay? Israelites in a Gentile state of mind. Okay? And you can read that in 1 Maccabees from verse 11 through 15. Okay? You understand? That's a perfect example of that. And that's what you are here in modern day in America. You were given a false, religious ideology in Christianity, which is really, replacement theology, which replaces the Israelites with the Gentile heathen nations. That's their doctrine, okay? Which is a falsehood because that's not in the scriptures. It has nothing to do with the testimony. It has nothing to do with the Bible. All right? So anyway, in the days of these kings shall the Most High of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed. The everlasting kingdom, Yahweh's kingdom. All right? Shiloh. Okay? Melchizedek. Okay? All the same person, Yahweh. All right? He was also Isaac. He was also King Solomon. You understand that? So if you know your scriptures, you would know this stuff. All right? So, which shall never be destroyed, and the kingdom, right, rulership, power, dominion, should not be left to other people. So nobody else is ever going to rule, okay, of the other nations, the other Esau, Edom, or any of the other 16 heathen nations. They're never going to rule again. You understand? All right? Now, eventually, after they serve their time, okay, out of that, the nation of Edom is going to be Obadiah 1:18. Go read Obadiah 1:18. Okay, they're going to be gathered up and they're going to be exterminated off the face of the earth. But then you'll still have the other 16 heathen nations that will fall in line. And remember, the Israelites will no longer have to teach Israel because we'll be born with the laws, statutes, and commandments placed into our inner part. We will be teaching the other nations. You understand? And they'll fall in line. They'll be fine. Especially understanding what happens here. Starting with here with, World War III, Armageddon, okay? And the fact is that after the 1,000+ years, that Edom will be done away with. They will completely fall in line, the other 16 heathen nations, okay? So it'll only be Israel that would be the rulers and the immortal God, kings and priests of the earth, and the other nations will fall in line, all right? Anyway, we'll end this here. We'll be right back. All right, with part 4 to close out. Shalom.